Hand clap to the massive, guys. We are finally back again for another reaction on the one and only Mystelics reaction, guys. Big up the Mystelics YouTube family for definitely saying, hey, what's up, Mystelics? We are back. The family's there. Big up the family one time, Mystelics YouTube family out of the Caribbean right there, guys. The greatest family out of the world right there in the vicinity for which we call the Caribbean and the Caribbean diaspora. And then, okay, you get the point, guys. Big up the newcomers out there as well for definitely tuning into this here reaction video and saying, hey, Mystelics, what's up, guys? I was going to say I see all you, but I don't see all you. So make a mention in the comment box below if you're new to this channel. And of course, hey, what's up? Hand clap, handshake, all them things there. Big up yourself one time in this regard right there, guys. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that post notification so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through. And of course, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. Mystelics family, show out, show in, and show out, man. Click the thumbs up button. I would appreciate that right there. Apparently, there's some situation that I'm seeing in this thing right there. I don't know if I can zoom in on this. Let me see if I can zoom in. They have some woman laughing. Apparently, there's some truck that was trying to go up some hill. This looks like Chance area. I could be wrong. Guys, where is this? So the vehicle is balancing. Well, not balancing. Balancing is going sideways. So this vehicle is actually wheeling, brothers and sisters. And it's wheeling not willfully. It's wheeling because it's balancing right now. And for some odd, strange reason, it is perfectly balanced. There's nobody stopping it from falling. There's nobody doing anything. It just perfectly balanced. I guess while it was trying to go up the hill, the weight shift at the back of this vehicle and decided to do some wheelie in, man. Wheelie on. You know when them professional bikers that them people just used to stop and hold a wheelie and keep it there, and then they jump in on bicycle. They jump in, man. Yes, sir. Well, apparently this is what is happening right there with the vehicle. But it's properly well balanced, no doubt about it. And of course, I think they might have to end up. Hold on, let me see. Nope, go back. I have to make this thing normal. Bow. Okay.
Oyo! 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 I talking to MO News, you know, reporting live. Boy! Reporting live. Bet. Yeah, how's the truck driver there? MO News. Oyo, over here.
And that was in the journey. The journey is like that.
Look, drive, stop everything. Oh, you graduate today, there. You graduate.
So apparently, they might have to take out some of the dirt at the back, but that's gonna be interesting how this is gonna happen. Because if they have to take out the dirt on this thing, it's gonna come out on the road. It's gonna go back down. Then they have to take it from the road and put it back on top. Man, that is double wookie. That kind of reminds you of Dominica. There's always things you can take, guys, to see if it makes sense. Like when they fix the roads in Dominica, the West Coast Road, they fix the road. After they fix the West Coast Road, here comes Dowasco. Dowasco say, you know what? That road looking too nice. You know what? Let us mash up the road for us to put our pipes on the side of the road. And then they left the road in a kind of a state for a number of months or whatever before they finally organized the road again. That kind of an interesting thought process right there, brothers and sisters. Anyways, let's continue in this regard. So I saw a number of things that was posted, and of course I'll read them for you guys. My social media time will be from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. daily. This person is saying, you know what? I have been on social media too much, so I'm setting up a time for me to stay on social media and watch Dominica. So from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., that is it. From not 4 o'clock, people stop working. What you do on social media at 2 p.m.? You probably check about work boring, but let me go on social media. I don't gonna lie, when we were working at Ross, we used to be on social media from morning to night time, morning to whenever. Hey, and then people didn't care. Already had said in the meeting, you know, not to be on social media, but they used to pass at the back of us, on social media. They don't really. But anyways, because they themselves was on social media anyway. But anyways, with all that stated right there, this individual is saying my social media time will be from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Too much bad news is coming out from Dominica. It is not good for our mental health. That's true. And most of the reasons why we have a lot of bad news coming out from Dominica is because of our leadership. Our leadership is really not in any position to lead. But then they come and tell the people leadership is everything. Which is interesting, because if leadership is everything, don't you think that should be... Don't you think there should be some root in there? There should be some sort of action that is rooted in leadership is everything, and then people can say, yes, it's true. Leadership is indeed everything. But if you constantly screwing up the country you're supposed to lead, I don't think that is leadership, unless you're thinking of leading the country downwards. And I think what is happening in Dominica is literal. It's not any mistake that this is happening where you see people losing their jobs and businesses are going and this kind of things. No, this is a literal move by the very leadership. They are the ones causing these things to happen. Literally. How you telling me we need factories and you've seen what Dominica has, the potential Dominica has? Huh? You've seen what Dominica has. None of which you are actually implementing in society. None of it. None at all. But instead you decide, you know what, the best thing for you to do is to try to build house for people. Not for them, for you to increase the growth engines, for the people to be able to do things in society, no? None of that. They want you to come and say, okay, build house, we'll build house for you, so you're supposed to stay loyal. You should be loyal to me forever. Because I give you a house for you to stay in, which you cannot own, which you cannot pass on. And of course, a number of things are taking place in Dominica. When you try to wonder about what is this thing? Guys, as I'm thinking of this thing right there, since the time I knew Scary Dem came in to know, every single sector, every single group of people, every single one has come out in protest. And it's rather interesting that when election comes, these are the same people come in as if, you know, they forget about the whole 5 years that they go through with their misery, and they just continue and they say, hey, we're getting a little cool out, we're getting a free money, let me support and putting back the same set of people who keeping them oppressed. Human beings have a problem. And this is not only Dominica, like I said before, you know, guys, some in my previous reactions. This is happening on a worldwide basis. This is happening on a worldwide basis. It's just sad that people in the Caribbean, people in Dominica who are supposed to know better than the people in the first world countries, apparently becoming like first world country individuals. They don't want to think, they want it no. Even though they have to wait 5 years for it. But if you have to wait 5 years for something, guys, and you want to elevate yourself, not try to do works and get the people out, do the work so you can get a little something, and when election comes, remove these people from there so that you can continue your progress. But no, every election, it seems like there's some sort of reset taking place. Some sort of weird reset that is taking place. The Prime Minister disappeared from Dominica and nobody knows where the Prime Minister goes. Some people are saying that he went to Dubai. And they say he was supposed to come back. I'm not sure if he's back in Dominica yet. He went on vacation. How you going on vacation in your country in turmoil? Huh? These are words that I heard from Rosie Douglas, you know. Rosie Douglas checking, how can I decide to stay in nice apartments and nice hotels and all this kind of something there when my people in my country are not doing well? And then you think that the present regime took their leadership from Rosie, who was actually fighting for people? You think they would take it? No. You think if Rosie them come back today and see what is happening, they would be proud of what is happening? Knowing that the people are worse off than they were 20 years ago. How you can be worse off? Modern times are happening. And you're worse off than you was 20 years ago. Because somebody give you a house. Little ones cannot even complain. Even the girl that I did reaction for yesterday was even stating the same, making the same statement. She say, all you trying to quiet me when I know something is happening, I'm facing a struggle. I just supposed to stay quiet in the struggle. No. A number of persons are staying quiet because they are fearful of being victimized. Interesting stuff, ain't it? And we expect progress to happen. This is why this person is talking about they cannot sit on social media watching Dominica. Because most of the things you hear is bad news. But even more bad news, guys, is when the people who are leading are doing worse and they are being acknowledged. Look at here, Dennis got an accolade from American Airlines for her flying weave. I don't think if any American, I highly doubt that would be the case. I highly doubt that would be the case. That is what the person here, you get an accolade from American Airlines. No, I think most likely you get the accolade or whatever you get. You would get it from the present regime, who is putting you in positions to ensure that you do absolutely nothing for the people. How American Airlines can give you accolade? Huh? that I don't believe that at all. Dennis did so well in tourism marketing. They got so many accolades. Oh, there's a difference. She got an accolade from American Airlines. Hold. Anyways, Dennis did so well in tourism marketing. They got so many accolades. But the bottom line is American Airlines reduced their flights because of decrease in demands. Make that make sense. And I've been pointing it out, and I've been pointing this out a number of times. How on earth can there be a decrease in demand when February is coming up and more people is going to be coming to Dominica? Wouldn't that be an increase in demand for American street flights from Miami to Dominica? I don't understand. I tend to use logic when it comes down to this situation right there. How can there be a decrease in demand when there's an increase in demand for people coming into Dominica, for those who want to come and jump up in Dominica for carnival season? 2 times people tend to come to Dominica, the main times. The main time, I think, number one is the Creole season, which of course was created as a result of the UWP. Now, Creole season in terms of the World Creole Music Festival and so forth, which was created by them. That has still continued. Thank God it didn't kill it, but thank God it is bringing in people, which of course is not any relation to the present leadership at all. So that is a good thing right there. The second one is when carnival season. So how on earth is there no demand, or demand has been decreasing when carnival season is coming up? I don't understand that at all. I cannot fathom that at all. Because carnival season is coming up. People want to go down to jump up on the street. I don't get it, but hey, they want to do that. She get accolades, man. Many accolades from American Airlines. That's what they say. I don't believe that is the case at all. I wasn't there. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know that in the comment box below. Anyways, you claim your marketing campaign was successful. So why American Airlines is dropping flights in Dominica like flies? That's the thing. And one of the people from Facebook was pointing out something that I believe is actually true. Instead of sending the flight to Dominica, they are sending the flight to St. Kitts. Most likely St. Kitts is getting more people for their tourism to come in instead of the amount of people coming to Dominica. So instead of getting 20 people to come to Dominica on a daily basis, they can get 50 people coming to St. Kitts on a daily basis in addition to their flights. So might as well bring the other flight over there. This is why I think there's some kind of interesting thing taking place behind the scenes. I seriously believe that. Or maybe the government of Dominica cannot pay American Airlines for the extra seats and they're continuously flying back when they cannot land in Dominica. Maybe they cannot pay, or Dominica is in arrears to American Airlines and they decided, you know what? Time for us to, pull out a little bit until they can pay. Then they'll go back. That's the only thing that makes sense to me, because you cannot tell me February is coming up, carnival season. More people tend to come to Dominica and they still have not gotten the straight flights. And they're saying right there, American Airlines is pulling out as a result. Where is it? Because that is the excuse. Whoever gives that excuse, that is insane. Because of a decrease in demand. Now I understand for January. I would understand for April. Well, not even April, because April you have Jazz and Creole. People want to come in. But let's say fine. April, May, June, July, August, people summertime. So let's start back in summertime. But February is there. How can there be a decrease in demand? Guys, help me understand this. I think I'll entitle this video this. How can there be a decrease in demand when there's a need for it to happen, when more people are going to be coming in? All you don't find that strange? Or it's just, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me that's thinking that way right there. Moving along, brothers and sisters. Your crypto marketing, blah, 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 successful. Did we allow Scary to get away again without giving us an international airport? We have been promised. That's a good question right there. Because Scary is talking about he wants to leave in 2025. Right? That is 2 years from now. He wants to leave in 2025. And he says before he leaves, he wants to give us an international airport. That's what the scary guy says. True or false? Then, obviously, history has taught us that we don't always believe what Skerrit saying, because Skerrit once said is the CBI funds are going to be lit. Next thing he says the Chinese are going to be lit. Next thing they say, okay, they're going to go back to the CBI. Previously, before that, they say it's not good because an international airport will not bring monies to Dominica. But how on earth we going flip-flopping back and forth, and we expect that to actually happen, and realizing that every time there's an election, that is when international airport starts being built. Remember, the same thing happened last time. When they had in 2019, things were down, everything was gone down. But when they start saying about international airport, you know what? Work start back on international airport. Work start back. And then, they stopped. And then, this last election there, they started clearing the bush again. The same bush that regrew. That is something else. Or no, maybe it's not the same bush. It's renewed bush that regrew. Because they had cut it down and then they grew it back again from 2019. So it's renewed bush that regrew. They were clearing again. So you know how much money we have been losing from time to time? People have to clear bush, bush grow back, then they have to come and clear it again. That is not wasting money. Guys, some things my mind just cannot fathom. I don't know. Maybe I get in slow, or maybe the world moving so fast that my mind just cannot keep up. Because for one, I don't understand the American airline situation. When there's more people needing or wanting to come to Dominica in February, they're talking about decreasing demand. That makes no sense to me at all. Two, they're talking about building international airport. Skerrit say building international airport in 2014. Skerrit say as soon as we win, international airport gonna happen. Bow. We in 2023. Far. That is 9 years ago. 2014 to now is 9 years ago. Boy, we supposed to be building a spaceship now. We supposed to be going to the moon. We supposed to be doing like Elon Musk, flying to the moon, man. Let me go and take a vacation on Mars. That is what we supposed to be doing right now. We supposed to right now probably have 6 or 7 international airport. One in Grand Bay, one in Portsmouth, one in Marigot, one in Cassibrus, one in Kenfield. We have one in Kenfield. Mash up the thing that they are building new thing. One in Kenfield. And where else? Where we put one in the middle of Dominica? Because some man want to go to Trafalgar Falls. Let us land the plane in the middle of Dominica. 6 airports, international airport we supposed to have in Dominica, with all the promises that was given. Now Skerrit is about to go in 2.5 years. That's what he said. Okay. Moving along right there, brothers and sisters. Want to solve Dominica's numerous problems? The best thing you can actually do is remove Skerrit. Remove Roosevelt Skerrit and the DLP from office. I think hands in hands, I would have to agree with that. Because we have seen what the DLP can do and is doing. They are putting people who have career paths. They put Monel. Why is not Monel? Why is that name again now? Melissa. They put Melissa as the Minister of Building. Boy. What Melissa built before, boy? What Melissa built before? What Melissa built before? They put Vince as Trade Minister. Worst vibes that has ever happened in Dominica history. Is the gas shortages. All these things was happening. They removed the only one that was making sense to me. And they give him medals. They give him an accolade. They give him a clap. They give him a hand clap and medal or whatever they gave him. They gave him a nice send-off. Apparently, because he didn't know where he was going. But apparently, the Minister of Health, that was actually in the right field because he's a doctor. He's a doctor. They remove him from Minister of Health to put him as Minister of Finance. What is the background behind finance? He was an accountant before. He worked in some sort of accounting field or nothing like that. I wouldn't think so, because when you're going for medical degrees, you tend to spend a lot of time, but maybe 12 years doing medicine. 12 years, 7 to 12 years doing medicine. So I don't think you would have been like, oh, let me go and be an accountant in my spare time. I don't think that is the case at all. So what is this backdrop? So they're removing the only one that makes sense to put him in as Minister of Finance. Then they take a civil engineer who should know about building. You would think that the people go school for something. Well, they tell you go school. Whatever you learn doesn't make sense. We can't just put you in anything. Civil engineering. that should be in the position of what Melissa is. Maybe I'm confused. I don't know. I'm confused. They take Mr. and put him as the health minister. What you have in health? I heard that his wife, if he has a wife, that's what I hear. I don't know if he have his wife or not, but I heard he's associated to his wife. The wife somehow is some medical individual. But what that have to do with him? That don't make sense to me. Even if your wife is some medical person, what that have to do with you? You are the one who's supposed to be some sort of person in the medical field. You are not. You are in civil engineering. Yet still they put you as the health minister. And we expect things to actually happen. We expect you to know the best possible trajectory that's supposed to be happening in the medical field. We expect, I mean, don't get me wrong, people have their views and whatnot, but at least have some sort of expert in there. But no, you have the engineering person who is supposed to be in the land business, who is not in the land business. He is in the medical field. The person who's supposed to be in the medical field is in the financial field, and then in the person in the land field who's probably supposed to the designing costume is part of land building now. That's not that Melissa do. And then again, she says she has a degree in IT. If I mistake it myself, because we're trying to figure out if her degree was gravitating outward. Her degree must have gravitated outward, because when you look at how she graduated and the people during that time graduated, two different kind of clothing they had. So maybe she was doing it schooling online. But if you are doing schooling online and you get an IT degree, shouldn't you then be in charge of IT in Dominica? Wouldn't that make sense? Wouldn't that make sense that you were in charge of IT in Dominica? Help me. Guys, help me out. I want to know. Let us make sense of the nonsense that we are seeing. This one now say he's the investment individual. What you investing in Dominica? Or you investing outward? You investing outward? What you investing? Our money you investing? The Dominican money you investing? You're not the financial minister. So maybe you're going to take money from the financial minister to invest. I don't know. Help me understand, guys. I really need your assistance because I'm bamboozled. I'm shocked. I'm confused. I need your assistances, brothers and sisters. Help me out. But of course, this always brings me to this very same situation right there. Let me make it bigger for you guys to see. So this is always an interesting thing. I think this has to do with the mind. There are two options right there: the bread and the key. Sometimes they make us so hungry that we don't even focus on the key that we can actually come out. We focus in on getting the bread. We are hungry. They make us hungry. So instead of going for the key, we go for the bread. Interesting analogy. This is the mind. You beat the mind so much that the mind doesn't think properly. It only goes after what it feels, not the logic behind the situation, which is a very sad thing. Right there. Why did the prisoner choose the bread instead of the key? If you know the answer, you're a philosopher. I have a philosophical mind. So that is the key right there. But then somebody made a statement right there. Because he's a liberite. That's why he went behind the bread. The best way you can actually free yourselves in Dominica is to literally change the government. But instead, people looking for the cool out. The liberites are looking for the cool out. That is the cool out right there. Changing the government is the key to Dominica's progress, to Dominica's freedom. But instead they want the cool out. That is a laborite right there. And when things don't happen, they constantly throw in, not the bread, they throw in for them. They throw in the breadcrumbs for them. So they wouldn't get too much energy to say, oh, let me look for the key. But if his belly was filled and there was bread there and there's a key there, which one you think he's going to go for? He's going to obviously go for the key. Because he realizes within himself, hey, I am trapped. I am in a cage. This is the key that will set me free. But because you are so hungry, you're not thinking of your freedom. You're thinking about hunger, feeding your belly. So you go after the bread. That is how liberites think. That is exactly how liberites think. When the lady was in the thing on a mic and she there, Scary, push your hand in your pocket and pull the culotte out. She was literally referencing that right there. Send the culotte on the floor for us to get something. And sometimes you take the bread. I was thinking the money. Sometimes you take the money. Yeah, okay, it makes sense now. My brain does go back and forth because my brain was thinking of money and I end up mentioning bread, and then yeah, so it goes hand in hand. The reason why my brain thought of money is because the culotte can be the $300. You take the $300 to put it inside there, not realizing that the $300 can do nothing for you. Very little to nothing, especially in the rising economy, especially in the rising inflation, the devaluing of money. Money is going down. There's inflation, which means the double conundrum on your backside for you. And then they don't have the freedom. The freedom will make sense if you have the key. And there's the $300. You open the door, you come and take the $300 and you go. Then you have a better possibility and probability factor of utilizing that money elsewhere. Because when you're locked up inside there, you cannot use that $300. You cannot. But laborites would not see that. They will see, oh, let me look for the culotte. The $300 that they're giving me that I cannot use inside there. The $300 that they're giving you inside Dominica that don't do nothing. They're coming straight back to the government. Right there. They give you just to make you think, hey, we got a little money. You can save that in your bank now. You say, okay, I have a little job. Let me save that in my bank. Not realizing the money saving in your bank is actually depleting the value. Let that money go for a number of years. They give you 2% interest per year. By the time the 10 years passes and you realize, but wait, I have a little money, a little additional money. That money is worth less than it is when it's first, when you had less, let's say you had $100 and you was getting $2 every year. 10 years, that means you get $20. You have $120. $120. What I say? Let's say you have $1,000. 2%. Let's just say $2. 10 years, $20. $1,020. Right there. You have $1,020 in 10 years versus $1,000. The $1,000 you don't realize is actually worth more than the $1,020 because of inflation every year. Your money is depleting on you, thinking because your money is rising, you don't realize the value of the money is decreasing. So whereas that $1,000 could buy a bread for $1, in 10 years, the $1,020 you have is $5 you might have to spend for that month for that bread because of inflation. So even if you're seeing your money go to $1,020 versus the 1,000, you don't realize into yourself, but hey, money is very loose, so to speak. It doesn't keep itself. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts, man. Maybe I broke down some things for people to understand. Maybe some of you have no clue what I'm saying right now. There's another video I actually had to do of Antigua and what have you, brothers and sisters. We'll do that some other time. We'll do that tomorrow, hopefully. There's another video I'm seeing of them talking about this stuff. We'll do that tomorrow, guys. We'll do that tomorrow. Hopefully everything goes through and whatnot. But you guys probably realize that I'm uploading less videos this month because YouTube is just beating us. YouTube is just beating us. This is why I always tell people, if you're trying to start a YouTube channel, do not make it your New Year's resolution for 2020. Do not make it your New Year's resolution. Because if your New Year's resolution is for you to start your YouTube channel, in January, you're going to get a serious beating. It is best for you to start your YouTube channel in the summertime. Summertime, going to December, there's more activities for you to do. There's a higher rate that YouTube tends to go at, pushing your videos and whatnot. So you get the point. You guys can literally look at my channels and see the different things yourself, and you will see it. So although I can't get to upload more videos, it doesn't make sense to me. So I'm just gonna do it for that way for January, and then as time goes by, if there's anything additional or anything that needs to go up, then I'll drop it, because I do upload 2 videos or something like that from time to time, even in January. So yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on everything I spoke about here today. Give this video a thumbs up if you understand it. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through. It's the boy Mystelics on the Mystelics Reacts. I'll see you guys in the next one. Boom bang.